In today's video, we're gonna introduce two new luxury Toll Brothers communities, but I need your help. I can't figure out which one I'd rather live in because honestly, both of these places are insanely awesome. From the location to the actual home designs, to the lots, even the price tag. It's like trying to choose between a first-class flight to Bali or a private yacht in the Bahamas. Now, either way, you're winning, but you're still feeling like you're losing because you can't have both. So we're gonna compare and contrast the two neighborhoods, and I'll let you know which one I'd personally rather be a part of. Now these communities have a lot of similarities. They're located only a few miles apart. The homes themselves are very similar in size and design, obviously being Toll Brothers, and the price point is also very close. Honestly, the big difference might be whether you turn left or right leaving the grocery store. First is Stonegate Court, and it's located in Gilbert. It's a gated community with 22 homes planned. It's a quaint community with just enough space to jumpstart that lawn mowing business you've always dreamed of for little Timmy. Merion Grove is nestled in Queen Creek. It's a small community designed with simplicity in mind. It features a single main street that gracefully ends in a cul-de-sac, and it offers more of a cozy, intimate neighborhood feel. If you missed a turn to your home, congratulations, you've just completed a full tour of the neighborhood. Now, one complaint I hear all the time is that these new homes are squeezed into such tiny lots. It feels a little bit like you're living in a row of dominoes just waiting to tip over. So what's the story here? Which community wins the battle for breathing rooms and bigger lots? Now, the lots in Stonegate Court are gonna be about 120 feet wide and have a standard depth of 140 feet. Almost a square. A standard lot size here is about 16,800 square feet. Now in Merion Grove, the lots have a depth of 220 feet and a width of about 100 to 105 feet. So the total lot sizes are almost a half acre. Both of these lots are massive and gonna give you ample space. Now what about amenities within the community? You know, the stuff that makes you feel like you're living in a resort instead of just paying resort prices for HOA fees. Now both Stonegate and Merion Grove are gonna have pickleball courts and some shaded areas for seating. But one looks like it's gonna have more green space within the community as well as a basketball court, which is built into the pickleball court. And that's gonna be Stonegate Court. A lot of courts going on here. While these amenities feel homey, they're nothing to write home about in my opinion. Now there's some differences when it comes to accessing four major things I'm gonna point out here. We have parks, entertainment, good schools, as well as good shopping and dining choices. Now let's hit up schools. One thing to know about schools in Arizona, and you may have heard this from 400 other YouTubers, is that we have open enrollment. Meaning you don't have to attend the school district that you live in. You're free to choose any school that you'd like. Of course, that freedom comes with the risk of turning into a part-time Uber driver for your kids. So while both of these communities are close to some great schools, make sure that you're not picking the one where the morning commute feels like a road trip to another state. Stonegate Court sits in the Higley Unified School District, while Merion Grove is in the Queen Creek School District. Now, both of these are solid choices, and there's some competitive charter school options nearby as well. One bonus with Stonegate Court is that Gilbert Christian is right next to it. We know some families who send their children there and they absolutely love it. Recently, while out to breakfast with one of the said families, I realized their kids' tuition cost more than my car payment. At that point, I just smiled and ordered the cheapest thing on the menu. Which community stands out as a better choice in the category of location in terms of shopping and dining, you ask? Well, one community sits very close to hotspots like Trader Joe's, Target, even Nordstrom's. And it's not just about shopping. You can catch a movie here too, enjoy dinner at Barrio Queen, which is a local favorite. Oh, and there's a Costco, because who doesn't need 144 rolls of toilet paper and a $1.50 hot dog in their life? All of these are in Queen Creek near Merion Grove, and there's more to come. There's a $120 million commercial development, which is called the Switch Yard, which was just announced, and that's gonna be right down the block from Merion Grove with two tenants that have signed leases already. That's gonna be Postino and The Porch. These are two amazing restaurants, and nothing says luxury living like pairing some bruschetta with a wine and some loaded fries. And on the flip side, Stonegate Court isn't far from its own share of shopping, entertainment, and dining. Just 2 miles from Stonegate Court, you have the Santan Village Mall. Everything from upscale mall shopping to Costco and Trader Joe's. There's dining and entertainment options like North Italia, Cooper's Hawk, Top Golf, Main Event, And if you go a little bit further, you'll hit Agritopia, which is sort of a laid-back nightlife scene, but you can choose from 10 different restaurants here. It's kind of the place where your biggest problem might be accidentally eating at a different spot every night and forgetting which one had the best dessert. Both communities are under 2 miles from shopping centers, as I mentioned, but I think Stonegate Court gets the nod with a slight edge. Now, what about nearby entertainment options that won't make your wallet cry? Like parks, free stuff. This is a category where one place actually has a pretty big advantage over the other. Imagine stepping out of your community, walking 100 feet, and having endless entertainment options. It's cool, convenient, and might actually save you money in the long run. Unless your kids are experts at spotting the overpriced ice cream shop and arcade games from a mile away. Now, this isn't just any park. It's one of Arizona's largest, and in my opinion, one of Arizona's best parks. It's got everything: a splash pad, skate park, basketball courts, a fishing lake, soccer fields, baseball fields, sand volleyball court, a slew of pickleball courts for the older folks, and a pump track, which is basically like a bike track for kids. It's like having a ton of amenities in the neighborhood, but without all the visitors constantly going through your yard. In contrast, Stonegate Court doesn't really have any parks within walking distance, unfortunately, but there is a large park with similar amenities, Gilbert Regional Park, about 2 miles away. But you're gonna have to drive here or take a bike out and cross some busy streets. Unfortunately, Stonegate Court is landlocked between communities with no access to nearby parks or even good walking trails. Such a bummer. Merion Grove, on the other hand, sits next to Mansell Carter Oasis Park, and if this wasn't good enough, you can even stroll over to the Queen Creek Wash or just loop around the park to get your steps in. I have videos on Queen Creek's Mansell Carter Oasis Park as well as the Wash down in the description below if you guys want to check them out. And by the way, one of the best apps for searching for new homes is my new Escape to Arizona app. Feel free to download it right here. Unlike Zillow, it doesn't sell your information to third parties, and if you need to go see a home, you'll only be messaging me. Now, let's be honest, the first thing that you're probably filtering for when searching for a new home is price. Now, these communities are both in the upper echelon of pricing, but one is definitely going to allow you to keep that Pilates membership. The more expensive community offers 3 floor plans and starts at $1.38 million, which has already gone up $20,000. The lesser expensive community also has 3 floor plans, and it ranges from $1.29 million and up. And this has already gone up $25,000 as well. So which is the better deal? Well, Merion Grove turns out to be the less expensive community. Now, the bigger lot, the cheaper price tag, and the huge entertainment park make this a no-brainer. I would way rather purchase in Merion Grove. The thing is, there's only 5 lots left. Now, there was one thing I could see buyers being a bit fussy about with these homes, and it's something that I really don't see too often in communities, but sometimes builders don't have a choice. In Arizona, builders will usually orientate your homes in a certain direction to keep the sun from blasting heat through your windows into the family room or into the yard. And for this reason, a north-south orientation is usually preferred in Arizona. Now, because both of these developments are elongated from north-south, the only option for the builder was to make east-west facing homes. Now, this may not seem like a big deal, but I've had clients pass on homes that weren't facing the right direction. Now, one thing you'll need to keep in mind when you move into such a large property is the high electric bills that you'll probably encounter, no matter how energy efficient they tell you the homes are. With 300 days of sunshine and temperatures hitting 110 on the reg in the summer, you may have heard it's smart to explore solar to help with these costs. Is it a good idea or isn't it? Check out this video right here where I explore the option of purchase solar, and we'll see if it's something that will help you actually reduce these monthly bills or if it's a scam.